Hey guys, welcome to Jack's Beautiful You. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the brand new perfume by Viktor&Rolf, Good Fortune. I've had it for a couple of days now. This isn't exactly a first impression. I've worn it for a couple of days because I wanted to really truly get my thoughts on it. I wanted to get an idea of longevity and performance and what I think of it and all of that. So it's kind of a first impression because I haven't had it for that long, but I have had a couple of days to gather my thoughts. But before we get started, hi, my name is Jackie. I do mostly perfume, beauty, and makeup on this channel. If you are into that kind of content, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. And to my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much. You guys are so amazing, and I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on the brand new Good Fortune perfume by Viktor&Rolf, then just keep on watching. All right, you guys, I went ahead and got the travel size because I was not sure how I was going to feel about this fragrance. I did not want to get the full bottle. I know there's a little bit of debate, a little difference of opinion on the bottle. Some people like it, some people don't. I've heard some people say that they think it looks kind of cheap and looks like a celebrity scent, and then I've heard some people say that it's kind of cute and fun. So I will put a picture up on the screen of what the bottle looks like. Basically, it's purple and it looks like a crystal ball. Personally, I think it's kind of cute. I think it looks fun. I think it looks cute. I am a huge nerd. I love Halloween, and anything that reminds me of Halloween, I'm gonna like. So it looks like a crystal ball, and it reminds me of Halloween. It makes my nerd little Halloween heart happy. The bottle did put me in the mood for this shirt with my David Bowie, Jareth, Labyrinth going on. I love that movie. Like I said, I'm a huge nerd. But anyway, I do like the bottle. I am a fan of the bottle. I love purple. Purple's my favorite color. All right, you guys, let's get into some facts and details about the fragrance before we get into my impression of it. So the travel size is a 10 ml and it retails for $33. I did get mine on the Viktor&Rolf website. I do not see that this is available on the Sephora site yet, but it is coming soon, it says, on the Sephora app. The 1 ounce or 30 ml retails for $88. The 50 ml retails for $129, and then the 3 ounce is $168. All right, so the fragrance description of this is: this floral perfume for women awakens with a bright and aromatic note, magnified by luxurious jasmine at its center and infused with creamy and captivating bourbon vanilla at its base. Ethically sourced in Madagascar. This is a vegan eau de parfum with no animal-derived ingredients. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put the notes on the screen from Fragrantica. So there's gentian and there's fennel in the opening. And I did not know a thing about those notes. I'm really not that familiar with those notes. I had to look them up and see what they were. So the two top notes are very interesting notes. They're not really notes I've seen a lot in perfumes, and I think it's kind of interesting. So the first one is the gentian. So this is like a purple bluish flower, and it's kind of hard to get some information online about what this is supposed to smell like. To me, I can't tell if I'm smelling the gentian or if I'm smelling the fennel. So the gentian, to me, I'm guessing there's a little bit of a brightness in this perfume at the very beginning. When you first spray it, it's kind of a uplifting, carefree, almost kind of like a youthful type vibe in the perfume. Yeah, there's a bit of a brightness to this, and I'm not sure if that's the gentian or not. I've heard that gentian is used in drinks, like making drinks, so I'm not sure if this gives it kind of like a bright, bubbly kind of feel to the fragrance, just in the opening though. And then there's fennel in here as well. And I looked up fennel, and it says that this can smell very green. It can be powdery. It can kind of be reminiscent of anise. It can be somewhat aromatic, warm, and a little bit woody. So when I read that, I was like, wow, that's kind of all over the place. What I'm getting is that it can be a little bit on the earthy kind of side. That's kind of what I'm picking up in here. I think the fennel note is going to be what makes or breaks this perfume for a lot of people. I feel like the fennel note is really going to be open to interpretation, kind of the way that it's described online. It's kind of all over the place. I've got green, powdery, like anise, which can be spicy and almost licorice-like. I mean, that's kind of a broad spectrum of what fennel can smell like, you know what I mean? But for me, I'm getting a bit of a greenness. I get a tiny bit of a greenness, a little bit of something spicy. I think that might be the like anise reference, but a little herbal. A little green, a little herbal. And I have to say, that's not typically my favorite thing. I don't really love green notes in my fragrances all that much. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't, but this is not overly green. Like, I don't get a strong green note in here. I'd say the fennel is nicely done in here. It's kind of, it's there and I can smell it. I get a bit of an herbal vibe, but not so over the top that it feels sharp or that I wouldn't be able to wear it. You know, I wore it all day yesterday, I've worn it all day today, and I didn't feel like I needed to scrub it off or anything like that. If you're not a fan of green notes, you might want to still give this a try, because I feel like it's done in a very wearable kind of way, but just keep in mind, there's a tiny bit of like an herbalness to this. At least that's what my nose is picking up. A little bit of like a soft spicy. So in the opening, it's so interesting because it's, like I said, it's very playful at first spray, but it quickly starts to dry down into this more serious kind of perfume. It doesn't stay super playful and youthful. I never find this perfume to be juvenile in any way, but it definitely changes in mood as it dries down. So as this starts to dry down, the middle note is jasmine. You have a giant dose of jasmine and it is definitely present. It is definitely in here. So you have to be a fan of jasmine in order to like this perfume. I love jasmine. This is a pretty strong jasmine, but I still wouldn't say it's like a heavy, heady jasmine, but this will turn this fragrance from a youthful, carefree into a more mature scent. Not mature in like a vintagey kind of way or too old-fashioned kind of way, but it does start to dry down to a bit of a mature scent. And then in the base you have vanilla, and there's quite a bit of vanilla in here, which I like personally because I feel like it gives it a little bit of sweetness. This isn't to me an overly sweet perfume, but there is sweetness in here from the vanilla. Kind of rounds out that fennel note, or what I think I'm smelling, that herbal green fennel note, you know what I mean? Like, it helps to kind of smooth it out just a little bit. So I feel like this perfume is going to be polarizing. So I was able to resist watching any other reviews on YouTube about this fragrance because I don't like to do that. I like to have my own thoughts, my own opinions, but I did break down and I did read a couple of reviews on Fragrantica, and I will say that it's what I suspected it was going to be. Very polarized. Some people are really liking it, some people are absolutely hating it. So from that, and from me wearing this perfume for the last couple of days, I really feel like this is not a safe blind buy. I feel like people are going to really interpret the fennel in a wide variety of ways. I think people are picking up just way different things from the fennel. I really think if you watch 5 different reviews on this perfume, you're going to get 5 different opinions. It's one of those perfumes, you know? And then I also feel like there are people who aren't really picking up the fennel note, and that can just kind of leave you with a jasmine, vanilla, kind of basic and boring fragrance. That's what some people are saying. It's basic, it's boring, and they're not impressed. I think, like I said, it's all going to have to do with how you interpret the fennel note in here. I think it is interesting. I don't agree that it's basic and boring at all, because there are 2 notes in here that you just don't find them very often. So I kind of think it's cool that Viktor&Rolf has stepped out and tried something new. The top notes are not notes that you see every single day. So I do think they tried to think outside the box a little bit on this one. So yeah, I'm not going to say that I think that this is basic or boring. Now I will say this isn't my favorite scent profile ever. So while I have liked this perfume, I'm not at the point where I love it. I think it is a nice perfume. I think it's a little bit different, and I think there are people out there that this is really going to appeal to. So I don't think it's a bad perfume. It's just not necessarily my favorite scent. It's not my personal cup of tea. But as of right now, I think this is nice. I think it's a like, but I don't love it. But if you like green, slightly green, jasmine heavy, vanilla fragrances, I think you should give it a try. It's definitely worth checking out for sure. But again, this is not a safe blind buy. Don't blind buy this because there are going to be a lot of different opinions on this perfume. Now let's talk about longevity. I will say that the longevity on this so far has been really nice. It's been very decent. I haven't had any problems with it at all. So yesterday, I got it yesterday when I got home from work about 4 o'clock in the evening, and I put it on right away and I wore it all the way up until I went to bed, and I could still smell it when I went to bed. When I woke up this morning, I couldn't smell it anymore, but it did last for several hours through the evening, and it was a nice sillage. This wasn't projecting like crazy. I definitely wouldn't consider this like a super strong monster beast mode perfume, but didn't have any problems with the sillage, didn't have any problems with the longevity. And then this morning I put it on again after I showered, and I've had it on all day. I just sprayed it just now, but when I sat down to film, I was still smelling it just fine, and it had been about six-ish hours. So I don't foresee there being an issue with the longevity. I think the longevity, the performance of this perfume is good. Again, this is just a first impression, so I'll keep you updated on that as I try this perfume out more and experiment with it. Is it the most groundbreaking perfume I've ever smelled? No, it's not. Is it the most complex I've ever smelled? No, but I don't really care about that. I have plenty of simple perfumes that I absolutely love, and complexity isn't always what I'm looking for. Sometimes I am, but not every perfume has to be this overly unique, super complex, amazing perfume, in my opinion. For me, I just want a perfume that makes me feel amazing, makes me feel beautiful or happy or something like that. You know, it makes me feel good in some kind of way. I will say, as of right now, this perfume is not moving me in any kind of emotional direction. I don't feel overly confident or happy or sexy or any of those things when I wear this fragrance. Basically, I just think it's a nice perfume that smells nice, but not something I'm totally in love with that I feel like I need to run out and buy a full bottle of. So that is it, you guys. That's my first impression of this perfume, and I would love to know from you guys what you guys think. Have you guys been able to test this out? Are you interested in it? What do you think of the bottle? Because I'm interested to hear what people think about it. Like I said, I've heard both, that they like it and that they don't like it. Just let me know all your thoughts about this perfume and your experience with this perfume in the comment section. I think that's super helpful for other people to read your comments and see what you're experiencing as well, not just what I'm experiencing, because we might have completely different experiences. So put it in the comment section so other people can see and, you know, try to get a feel for if this is a perfume for them. Like I said, I think there's going to be a lot of different opinions on this perfume. I don't think everybody's going to interpret this the same. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I love talking to you guys. I love hearing your thoughts and opinions. You guys are so awesome, and I love seeing you guys in the comment section. So if you did like this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope everybody's having an amazing day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!